Hello, Ultimate Wellness Tribe. Today I am speaking with Faena Wendt, founder of TruDiagnostic, leading health and data company and CLIA-certified laboratory that specializes in epigenetic testing and research. Since its inception, TruDiagnostic has built one of the largest private epigenetic health databases in the world, with over 75,000 patients tested to the date. And Faena Wendt holds a degree in biology and has a lifelong passion to longevity and breakthrough disruptive technologies that drive radical improvements in the human condition. Thank you for joining me today, Faena. I look forward to discuss with you what is TruDiagnostic and your flagship tests. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Julia. I'm excited to chat with you today.
And I would like to announce that TruDiagnostic is sponsoring this year Ultimate Wellness Conference at Faena Forum in Miami Beach on September 26th through 28th. It's an amazing wellness weekend, which offers opportunity to explore cutting-edge biohacking technologies and learn from the best experts in longevity, as well as engage in immersive experiences, spiritual meditations, breathwork, sound healing with the orchestra, and so much more. So please join us, and you can purchase your ticket with promo code TruDiagnostic. So follow link ultimatewellness.miami/forum, and please join us for this amazing weekend. So yes, thank you for supporting Ultimate Wellness Conference.
You're so welcome. I can't wait to meet you in person. I know we've chatted a lot of different times, so I'm excited to perform the keynote and hopefully educate everyone attending on epigenetics and how it can benefit their health.
Yeah, so your speech is going to be focused on epigenetic, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be talking about what it is, what it means, how you can measure it, and how we can even intervene with lifestyle factors, supplements, medications, procedural-based therapies, and hopefully get in a really nice cadence of retesting to optimize both lifespan and health span.
You have lifelong passion to longevity and innovative technologies. What inspired you to embark on this journey and founding TruDiagnostic? Why it happened?
Yes, it's a great question and a very long story. I'll keep it short and sweet for the listeners to start. There was something missing in the longevity medicine space, in this functional, holistic, um, really interventional treatment space where most of these providers are offering wellness medicine, right? That are usually cash pay doctors, and they have these patients who are paying those doctors cash for their services. What was really missing was one objective biomarker that rules them all. There was nothing that healthcare providers could really give to their patient to say, this is an overall picture of your health, right? It's usually hundreds or thousands upwards of different lab values, and they're really hard to interpret. They become less actionable because the end patient feels overwhelmed by the amount of information. So we actually created TruDiagnostic with one goal in mind, which is to offer the best biological age test that can ever be created. Because as we know, aging is that number one risk factor for all-cause mortality and morbidity. That's what you can really look at, that one number, to make a comprehensive overview of the patient's health at the time they took this test. That's really what led us to create TruDiagnostic and to fill that gap. As we continue to research epigenetics, through which we measure that aging marker, we're starting to notice it's a really great biomarker for reporting all sorts of different things. So I know we'll talk about the other product that we offer, which is TruHealth, here later. But that was really the reason we created TruDiagnostic.
Yes, correct. So TruDiagnostic empowers patients and physicians with cutting-edge epigenetic insights and offers two flagship tests, TruAge and TruHealth. I truly believe that we should switch from this disease care to preventive medicine, and looks like TruDiagnostic empowers us with data-driven health decisions. What makes this TruAge so superior to any other biological age tests? What makes it different?
Thank you for the opportunity to answer this question. So the TruAge biological age test is very different from other biological age tests out there on the market. First and foremost, we really only use publicly available algorithms, meaning that we published all of our work and have collaborated with top leading academic institutions in order to do this. So our top three biological age outcomes are omic MH that we created with Harvard, Symphony Age that we created with Yale. This is the one you mentioned with the 11 different organ systems. So we have your blood, brain, heart, hormone, inflammation, immune, kidney, liver, lung, metabolic, and musculoskeletal age. And then lastly, and my personal favorite, and a really big fan favorite, is the Dunedin PACE algorithm that we created with Duke and Columbia University. So those three aging outcomes really gives the end user a nice comprehensive approach to tackle their aging. So everything we use is publicly available and published and peer reviewed. That's really important to us because then you can know and document what actually changes those outcomes to have better health. That's, I think, the most important part because we know then our algorithms are the most predictive of all different diseases and even death itself. They're extremely, extremely reliable as well because they're published on. I'll also add that we do own our own laboratory. So we're located in Lexington, Kentucky, and owning our own laboratory really gives our customers, our clients, our practitioners the confidence that everything is being run in-house. So their data is not shared with any third parties. That makes our turnaround time a little bit quicker as well. So it's about 2 to 3 weeks from the time that we actually receive the sample in our lab.
And let's emphasize that patients, they can order themselves. They don't need medical supervision or supervision of a health coach, even though it is recommended to have supervision. And it's always better to have some provider who can guide you through these tests, but you also offer consultation.
We mainly work with healthcare providers to offer this test, but you're right. If you're a consumer, you can go on the website, you can order the test and walk yourself through that exact process. So we do a really great job at making the reports as actionable as possible. That way you can take it on your own. But as you mentioned, it's probably really nice to have a healthcare provider alongside of you just to make sure you're covering everything and all your bases. We don't provide interpretations directly with the consumer, but we can always actually match you up or pair you up with a healthcare provider in your area or depending on what you're looking for.
Yeah, it can be helpful. Why we want to test? Testing is a very good starting point for each patient. It's a good starting point when you can assess your current stage of your health. And then after like maybe 3, 4, 6 months, you can retest and see if that therapies worked for you or they didn't work for you. And then you can decide how to adjust your holistic health protocol and what to do next. Well, so yeah, obviously, as you mentioned before, this aging is the number one cause for all related disease, and now it is considered to be a disease. Yeah, in classification of disease, there are some age-related disease like sarcopenia.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so it's considered to be a disease mostly recognized by medical experts. Second flagship test, TruHealth. And it provides deep insights into your body's functional nutrition and overall health by analyzing over 110 biomarkers, which is a lot biomarkers. I have been doing some other tests, Insight Tracker, for example, offers over 40 biomarkers, but you offer 110 biomarkers. It's probably more information. And compared to genetics, epigenetic information is often more useful for understanding and treating health-related matters because epigenetics reveals the behavior of your genes, not just what it contains. So if genetics is a fixed blueprint, epigenetics is something that's above our genes and can be modified, changed, and we can change the expression of our genes, and everything, absolutely everything influences genes expression, from our thoughts to what we eat, how we exercise, how we sleep. So I really understand that epigenetics provides much more actionable insights rather than genetics. But I want to hear from you, why epigenetics? Why not genetics? Even though you also offer some genetics tests, yeah? Yeah, so It's good to test actually genetics and epigenetics, but what I see difference that you can test your genetics once and it will never change. When if you want to see this functional health and changes, you have to test epigenetic. So
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
you're exactly right. And I'll be the first to say that you should just be testing both of them. I think knowledge is
Mhm.
power about your body. So I absolutely recommend testing both of them, your genetics and your epigenetics. So like you said, Julia, genetics are fixed. They're not going to change over time because you received 50% from parent one, 50% from parent two, and they're just telling your genetic predispositions to particular diseases based on variants that you have from each parent and those coming together. That's why the clinical utility of genetics is quite low unless you're looking at some really larger impact genes, maybe like the MTHFR, T or APOE. So really understanding kind of what you're getting in the panel that you're looking at and what's of interest to you in terms of what you really want to test. Genetics, though, only makes up about 20% of our entire health outcomes and
Hmm.
makeup, where epigenetics does basically the complete opposite of what genetics does. So it's going to be changeable. Some of it's going to be inherited from your parents, not all of it, but a little bit. And it's going to be a lot more clinically actionable because you can start to actually affect your environment and your behavior and everything you do, which in turn is going to affect your epigenetics, turning on and turning off certain genes. So 80% of our entire health outcome is based on epigenetics. And that's why you start to see more patients, clients, consumers, and even healthcare providers leaning on epigenetics to really guide their treatment framework with their patients.
What about those 110 biomarkers? What
Yes.
exactly there is inside? What results patient will have?
Yeah. So think of TruHealth as just your micronutrient panel with
Mm-hmm.
some unique health systems and condition outcomes too. So I'm just going to list these off for everyone listening. We have really nice nutrition panel. So we're looking at vitamins, amino acids,
Mm-hmm.
antioxidants, and fats and cellular membranes. And then under the general health markers, this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. We're able to actually report on lipid peroxidation, your serum lipids, blood pressure markers, metabolic markers, immune, neurocognitive, inflammation, and stress markers. And then it gets a little bit more unique because we're even able to report out toxins, outcomes on the
Mm-hmm.
uric acid pathway, mitochondrial function, oxidative defense, NAD metabolism, ketones, and supplements. So we're already reporting out on a lot of things you're already maybe testing, but we add in a lot of unique markers because even epigenetics is able to pick up those signals and report them out indirectly by using the epigenetic interpretation. So we think this is a really great test. We've gotten a lot of amazing feedback so far. And I know you mentioned we have the TruAge test and the TruHealth test. We actually have
Yes.
a third product that combines
Oh.
it combines the
It's actually,
TruAge and the TruHealth.
yeah. It's actually was my next question because, yeah. It's interesting how they complement each other, these two tests through age and through health. And if we choose, should we choose only one or should we definitely do both? And I know that you have very good bundle and it's even at additional discount with our promo code Ultimate Wellness. And this bundle includes both tests. But
Right.
now you are saying that you will offer soon like combination of these tests,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, we offer
Mm.
the combination kit right now. And again, it just depends on your health goals and who you are as a person, what you're wanting to test,
Mm.
you know, in terms of what kit you want to go after. So TruAge is more for those who are really wanting to optimize longevity, really
Mhm.
increasing lifespan and increasing health span for the reasons we talked about earlier. But TruHealth is a true micronutrient deficiency test. So I think anyone and everyone should absolutely be taking TruHealth. It's going to be a little bit more actionable in terms of the exact lifestyle factors and supplements that you need
Mhm.
to work on. Um, so, anyone who's taking TruAge, focusing on longevity should absolutely take TruHealth. But if you didn't want to focus on longevity as much, then I would just say probably TruHealth as a standalone is a test for you.
So with these results from True Health test, we can adjust our nutrition. supplement protocol, work on our mitochondrial health, inflammation, and we can assess toxins. So if we do detox and then we retest, we can see if it was successful, which is really important because, detoxification is a never-ending process. We constantly introduce new toxins from our environment, and we definitely need to remove all toxins from our environment, but it's impossible. We are not in an ideal world, and we will still reintroduce them each time with food, with water, with just skincare products. Then when we do detox program, we really need to see results, right? Because we never know if it works for us or not. Some people benefit from some protocols, some other people don't benefit from protocols. So I think with this insight is really good, and we can do detox program more successful. Will you still offer TruAge and TruHealth plus this combination? What is the name of this new product?
The combination it's a very sexy name. No, it's just true. It's just TruAge plus TruHealth. That's all it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we need only one drop of blood, and it comes
Correct.
all together. All results come together. Yeah,
Yes.
good. It's so convenient. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for creating this. Well, TruDiagnostic has built one of the largest private epigenetic health databases. How does this extensive database contribute to advancing the science of longevity and preventive healthcare? As I mentioned before, I truly believe we need to shift to this preventive healthcare. And you have one of the largest private epigenetic health databases. So now, how you make or try to make improvements in healthcare, or do you even try?
Yes, we absolutely do try. This is one of our big missions essentially, right? Is to really attack longevity medicine at its core. And we have, as you mentioned, Julia, one of the largest private epigenetic health databases in the world. There aren't many healthy databases. If you actually go and look at biobanks, a lot of the people are going to be sick or, in some type of disease state, or they are going to be specific to a biobank for whatever particular reason. They're just not your general health and wellness enthusiast. So our database is really exclusively through, again, healthcare providers in the cash pay, concierge, longevity, integrative, functional medicine space, or consumers who are coming to the website and actually purchasing the kit. So it's a very unique set and group of people. And that extensive database really contributes to advancing the science of longevity and preventative healthcare by us just using it to identify trends on what works in healthy groups, right? A lot of the interventional trials out there are, again, used with people who are sick or have a disease, or even general population. We're looking at truly healthy and optimized people, and how far can we push the boundaries or limits even with interventions within that certain group.
Yeah, this is one of the problems when other tests provide their results. Their biomarkers, their range based on average population of not healthy people, not always healthy people, and you're saying that maybe your results, they are more narrow, like not so wide, and maybe on based on more healthy people. So what would be considered normal at some other laboratory? At your results, at your tests will be kind of needs improvement, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. And so once we receive results, what the exact actions that we should take? Okay, it can be adjusting your nutrition. Do you recommend inside your report maybe some even supplements, or do you provide some recommendations on nutrition? What is there inside?
Yeah, exactly. The TruAge and TruHealth reports are going to give you lifestyle recommendations and supplement recommendations. Those lifestyle recommendations are going to range anywhere from nutritional to physical exercise to sleep and stress reduction methods. And then you'll also see some supplementation recommendations on there as well, depending on your deficiencies. Now, you can expand this and go even further by talking about medications or, again, procedural based interventions, things like stem cells, exosomes, plasma exchange, hyperbaric oxygen chamber therapy. But that's where we would recommend you to start speaking with a physician, someone who is trained in offering those services. That way you can get those services that are appropriate for you. So we stick with the lifestyle and the supplements, but we can always connect you with someone if you're wanting to push the envelope a little bit harder on longevity-based medicine.
What is your favorite longevity interventions, therapies, or devices? So what do you personally recommend as your recommendation, or maybe some highlights? What do you use?
I'm a little boring when it comes to this front. I think lifestyle interventions are the, tried and true way to really enhance overall longevity. And the number one intervention by far that's been published on in many, many, many animal models and humans is probably no surprise to everyone listening, but it's caloric restriction. So just eating less. Don't do this without a healthcare provider really walking you through, and it can change depending on if you're male, female, where you're at in your specific stage of life and your certain goals right now. But that is just one simple lifestyle intervention that can really, really go a long way. When you get more into the real larger interventional treatment plans that are more procedural based, I love sauna. I love cold plunge. I think there's a specific way that you can do those as well. So again, it's really kind of understanding the science and how that works for you and your body and your other regimented lifestyle schedules too. So when you're working out, when you become stressed, when you're eating, what you're eating, and how you're sleeping. So they all really tie into one another. But I would say, yeah, from the procedural based standpoint, sauna and cold plunge.
From your experience, what diet is the most beneficial for longevity and health span? Calorie restriction, but maybe like Mediterranean diet or keto diet, or what do you think?
Yeah, from a dietary standpoint, as it relates to epigenetics and really optimizing your epigenome, more of the Mediterranean diet looks to be the best. So there are a lot of really great studies published on that. We've even done large meta-analyses within our cohorts and internal data sets that we have too. So really prioritizing lean protein, protein that's really high in omegas. So we really like fish. I do a lot of sardines myself, and rotate those with salmon and other types as well, just to make sure I'm getting more of a balanced diet. But absolutely lots of vegetables, probably lower intake of carbs where you can help it.
No, actually, vegetables, the fiber, it's a part
Fiber
of
too.
carbs.
Yeah.
We just need healthy carbs. Regarding fish, I absolutely agree with you. I think this is the best source of healthy fat and complete protein. And I noticed it in your recommendations to me myself at TruAge that I need to eat less red meat, which I was kind of incorporating in a lot in my diet lately, because I kind of tried to stick more with keto diet, but I see that probably this is not the best source of complete protein, even though it's complete protein, and I understand that it's very difficult to obtain a complete protein from plant-based food. We need to mix a lot of different products, plant-based, to obtain this complete protein with all amino acids, but still, like a lot of red meat I saw in many other companies who are provides recommendations on longevity. I saw that red meat probably not the best product for those people who want to promote longevity. Exactly, probably like red fish and maybe some other meat would be better. Oh, well, you mentioned sauna, you mentioned cold plunge, so it's something that this promotes resilience, because it's still stress on our body, and cold plunge can be stressful, especially for cycling females, especially at some period of time when we have this low heart rate variability, which I always track, and I see if I really want to stress my body, if it's appropriate time to stress my body, because like a little bit of stress, which is eustress, is always beneficial to promote resilience and hormesis, but still keeping this homeostasis and being balanced in your body. So with stress, we need to be really careful, because stress, it's still stress, even if it's stress from sauna and cold plunge. But it's it can be really helpful. Okay, Hannah, it was really interesting conversation. And what would you like to suggest those people who pursuing healthy lifestyle and want to optimize their health and longevity? Like your top recommendations based on your experience, because you see a lot of patients, you see a lot of listeners.
Yeah, my top recommendations would be just get started, right? If you're someone who's just kind of going back and forth and you don't really know where to start, I think our testing obviously is a great starting point and will be something tangible that you'll be able to look at and say, this is where I really need to dial in and what I need to work on. I do recommend starting slow and not taking a lot of things at once, because then you're not really sure what is affecting the lab results as they come in. And again, it's depends on what you want to prioritize, right? A lot of people, I think, come when they're answering this question, come to the conclusion of sleep. A lot of people say sleep is the biggest issue for them, and with sleep, you first want to start tracking it, whether it's the Oura Ring, Whoop, to see how many hours you're getting, where you're not getting enough hours, and then you can start to biohack a little bit to get better sleep, and you'll see that then really plant this seed that'll shine through other areas of your life. For me personally, I've always been a really great sleeper, so it's stress management for me, which is why I really like the sauna and really like the cold plunge. It is a different type of stress on my body, so I like to call it even like your stress metabolism in a sense. So it's being able to deal with that stress in a way that feels good to you. So I think if I could give any advice summing up what I just said, look at the 4 lifestyle factors: stress, sleep, nutrition, and physical exercise. And start small and choose the one where you need to work on, because we don't know ourselves, or we know ourselves better than anyone else. And it truly starts with ourselves.
Yeah, and this, exercising and movement. Many people, they don't understand that 2-3 times per week intense exercising does not replace everyday movement. We have our lymphatic system. We need to pump our lymph fluid constantly, because our heart pumps blood, but there is no organ which pumps fluid, lymph fluid, and we need to move. Everyday movement. And sometimes people think that if they do intense workout like HIIT or resistant training, which is really important, but they forget to move. Everyday movement, like our steps. So less sitting in front of computer and more movement.
Yes.
So, thank you, Hannah, and I am super excited to have TruDiagnostic as a sponsor at our Ultimate Wellness Conference at Faena Forum in Miami Beach on September 26, 27, 28. It's going to be a 3-day longevity conference where you can learn from top biohackers, functional and regenerative medicine experts, holistic health providers, and you can explore the most advanced and selected biohacking technologies, because we do our best to bring only selected and validated biohacking technologies at our expo. And we also provide immersive experiences to nourish your spirit, mind, and body. So it will be a very experiential conference with a lot of workshops. So we look forward to have your team with us. And thank you again for supporting.
Thank you, Julia. I'm so excited to meet everyone at Faena. And in the meantime, if anyone has any questions, just don't hesitate to reach out to myself or our team, and we will address all your questions. I can't wait to see everyone there.
Yes, and let's remind that you can take advantage of a special promotion for our Ultimate Wellness community with promo code Ultimate Wellness, and you can purchase your test at TruDiagnostic. And you can also purchase tickets to the conference with promo code TruDiagnostic. So we do this co-promotion together, and we put an effort to help you optimize your health and wellness. Thank you, Hannah.
All right. Thank you, Julia.